Hi. So today's Read Aloud is my oldest picture book. It'll be 22 this June. And it's all about the biggest animal on the planet, big blue whale. And I wrote it partly because I love everything that lives in the sea, even jellyfish, as long as they don't sting me, but because I was a part of a study of blue whales in the wild. So I've been right next to them in small boats. And you can know all the statistics about how big a blue whale is, but until you're right next to one that very nearly smashes its tail down on the front of your 40-foot boat, you don't really understand how big they are. They are absolutely enormous. And I got very, very good at scooping bright pink, very heavy, very smelly blue whale poos out of the water. Anyway, so this is the story behind this book. It's called Big Blue Whale, and it's got fantastic illustrations by Nick Maland. He did such a wonderful job with this book. Okay, so here we go. The blue whale is big. Bigger than a giraffe, bigger than an elephant, bigger than a dinosaur. The blue whale is the biggest creature that has ever lived on Earth. You can see in this picture there are two little kids down the bottom, and you can see how enormous that blue whale tail is in relation to this elephant and this giraffe. And now look. Reach out and touch the blue whale's skin. It's springy and smooth, like a hard-boiled egg, and as slippery as wet soap. Look into its eye. It's as big as a teacup and as dark as the deep sea. Just behind the eye is a hole, small as the end of a pencil. The hole is one of the blue whale's ears. Sticking out ears would get in the way when the whale is swimming. The whale lives all of its long life in the sea, but it is a mammal like us, and it breathes air, not water. From time to time, it has to come up to the surface to breathe through the blowholes in the top of its head. Now you can actually see, you see the blowholes there? When it breathes out, it makes a great misty puff as high as a house. This is the whale's blow, and you can see it from far away. You can hear it too, a great puff. And if you're close enough, you can smell it, as the whale's breath is stale and fishy. And of course that blow is how you find whales when you're out in the ocean and you're scanning the flat surface of the sea, or sometimes the very, very choppy surface of the sea, and what you're looking for is that big misty puff of a blow, because you can see it from a really long way away. Take a look inside its mouth. Don't worry, blue whale doesn't have any teeth. It has hundreds of baleen plates instead. They're long, bristly things hanging down from its top jaw. The whale doesn't need teeth for biting or chewing because its food is tiny. You can see those bristly baleen plates. And actually they're made out of something very like your fingernails. So if you kind of imagine a very, very long, very, 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 very long, thick, dark, horrible old fingernail, pointy and frayed at the edge, you're kind of halfway to imagining what a baleen plate is like. This is what they do. The blue whale eats krill, pale, pinkish, shrimp-like creatures the size of your finger. Billions of them live in the cold seas around the North and South Poles. In summer, there can be so many that the water looks pink. So in summer, blue whales come to the polar seas to eat. It takes an awful lot of tiny krill to feed a great big whale. But the whale doesn't catch them one at a time. It has a special way of swallowing whole shoals of them at once. And this is where the baleen comes in. Okay. First, it takes a huge gulp of krill and salty water. There's room for all this because the whale's throat unfolds and opens out like a vast balloon. Then it uses its big tongue to push the water out between those bristly baleen plates. The water streams away and leaves the krill caught on the bristles like peas in a sieve. Now all the whale has to do is lick them off and swallow them. And there you see its throat ballooning out and unfolding. All those lines that you see on a blue whale's throat are actually folds like the pleats in a skirt. And this is how the blue whale spends the summer, eating krill and getting fat. But in the autumn, the polar seas freeze over. The krill hide under the ice where the whale cannot catch them. So the whale swims away from the icy cold and the winter storms. And here you can see this blue whale swimming away, and we know immediately which end of the planet it's swimming away from because of the penguins down here, and that's the big clue. So we know that this blue whale is swimming from the Antarctic. So in fact it's swimming north. If it was in the Arctic, it would be swimming south to get to the middle of the planet where the water's nice and warm. Day after day, the blue whale swims slowly and steadily towards its winter home. Its huge tail beats up and down to push it along. Its flippers steer it to left and right. For 2 months and more the whale swims, until at last it reaches the calm, warm seas near the equator. There it stays all winter. So here you can see the globe. And the whales are swimming, well, the one we just saw is swimming from down here up this way, and the ones that spend their summers feeding up here are swimming that way. But of course they're doing that at different portions of the year, because when it's the summer down here, it's the winter up here, and when it's the summer up here, it's the winter down there. The blue whale mother gives birth to her baby, where storms and cold can't hurt it. The blue whale baby slithers from her body, tail first. Gently, she nudges it to the surface to take its first breath. Then the baby dives beneath her to take its first drink of milk. All through the winter, the blue whale keeps her baby close. It feeds on her creamy milk, and it grows and grows. In spring, the two whales return to the polar seas to feast on krill together. But by the autumn, the young whale is big enough to live on its own. So you can imagine how much it's grown. Mother and young whale part and begin the long journey back to the equator. A blue whale may travel from polar seas to equator and back again every year of its life. Sometimes it will swim with other whales, but mostly it will swim alone. Yet the blue whale may not be as lonely as it seems, because sometimes it makes a hum so loud and so low that it can travel for thousands of kilometres through the seas to reach other blue whales. Only a very low hum could travel so far, and only a very big animal could make a hum so low. Perhaps that's why blue whales are the biggest creatures on Earth, so that they can talk to each other even when they are far apart. Who knows what they say? Here I am might be enough, because in the vastness of the great green seas, even a blue whale is small and hard to find. You see it there? And if you look really carefully at this picture, this beautiful picture that Maland created, can you see the horizon is curved? So you can tell that this whale is swimming in the blue ocean on the surface of our spinning planet. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.